My views are well documented, but I think to summarize is that if you look at the economy of the whole of Africa, it is now $2.7 trillion. Now, there are reasons why this is so. The main reason, like in the case of Uganda, we have a number of issues. One is not the whole population is in the money economy. Some of the population are still outside the money economy. What they call non-monetary GDP. Because Africa is very deceptive. Because you can live without money, but also the external parasitism, the external parasites, they manipulate, sometimes they even intervene and force where systems are weak, so that the former colonial countries, they want this to continue by manipulating politically, interfering and so on, and fighting the ones who, like the problems we had in Iran. But also, the tax, if I take unprocessed coffee, it will enter tax-free to some of these countries. If I add value, it is tax. So they are also financial, although some of them have removed recently, but it used to be the case. And then there are other non-tariff barriers, not tax, but others, licensing,
fees,
quality control.
Yeah.
So this is one of the problems. It's not the only one. So the 10 bottlenecks, which I gave to Mr. Abe, exporting raw materials is one of them, but there are others. Infrastructure. There were also mistakes by the Africans themselves, which was understandable. So, but if we are dealing with the G7, I think you have done some good work in Southeast Asia. Now come here.
Yeah, they're graduating already.
And then also share this with the others. Because what is true of coffee
is for everything.
Is for all other things.
Yeah.
Minerals,
materials, everything.
So really, I think this is the area where you can see now there's a lot of crisis in Africa, in West Africa, in
Sahel,
military coups. Those young soldiers, who are with one of them in Russia, the one of Burkina Faso, they just fed up with these traitor politicians.
we would like to further strengthen bilateral relations with Uganda by following up on the outcomes of Kigali. And amid Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine and the military conflict in Sudan, it's time for Japan to strengthen our cooperation with Uganda. So Uganda joined the African peace missions to Ukraine, received a number of refugees from neighboring countries, and actively contributed to peace and stability of the world. So, as the G7 presidency, Japan attaches great importance on listening directly to the voice of Africa. And Prime Minister Kishida visited Africa in May and invited the Union of Comoros, where you President to G7 Hiroshima summit. So against these backdrops, I decided to visit 3 African countries as the Japanese Minister for Foreign Affairs. So I'm really glad to be here in Uganda. So looking forward to listening to your thoughts today. So thank you very much, Your Excellency. About also the cooperation who would empower the people here, not the people outside, but people in Uganda should gain more incomes by doing all those things. For that, we are trying our utmost effort. And also on the top of that, if you are doing so many efforts, also at the same time you need to have some healthy society. So if you get ill, you cannot work very hard. So we decided to conduct a project for improvement of medical equipment at regional referral hospitals. So we will continue this kind of cooperation for universal health coverage so that people doesn't have to worry about those days in the ill, they cannot work, but they can come back from the ill to working place for not worrying too much about that. And also now the Japanese companies are becoming more interested in Uganda's companies, especially the startups. So those are pushing the help the startups to become more bigger business. We are really interested. So that's another phase.